Welcome and thank you for tuning in again, and welcome back to this episode in a series designed to encourage you and I to escape the gravity of anxiety. Now, one of the automatic replies to the greeting, "How are you?" might be, "Fine, and you?" Another reply is, "Pretty good," under the circumstances, and a good response to that is, "Well, what are you doing under there?" Many times we allow stress responses like anxieties and fears to exert their gravitational force and cause us to settle for living beneath the quality of life that God intended for us. But let's be clear on what kind of anxiety we're dealing with and the gravity we're trying to escape. While some anxieties, such as the different anxiety disorders, may require specialized and professional treatment along with spiritual guidance, the anxiety we're going to address here are the ones most of us most frequently face. Fear and anxiety might produce the same effect, but where fear is generally a form of stress related to a known, definite, or external threat in the present, anxiety is the stress related to an unknown, indefinitely, internally anticipated future threat or danger. The word for anxiety in the scripture usually refers to the kind of ongoing, troubled thinking associated with worry. This can become, as one psychologist put it, uncontrollable negative thinking where the mind can be filled with a lot of what ifs. Man, in my own life, I've experienced the symptoms of anxiety gravity, that sense of dread, distress, and despair. I've experienced increased heart rate, feeling faint or fatigued, headaches, inability to sleep or rest when I do sleep. I'm sure many of you can relate. But living this way and in what can become a chronic condition that can chain our soul and lower the quality of our life as God designed it, this is not a condition we have to allow to keep us grounded, living under our circumstances and robbed of our peace. In Psalm 94:19, the psalmist pens these words of comfort that when the cares of my heart are many, your consolations cheer my soul. Proverbs 12:25 reminds us that while anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, a good word makes him glad. It can lift him up. Are you right now plagued by nagging anxieties or worries about an uncertain outcome, some bad news that's out there that you feel may have its sights set on you? Then I invite you now to think about this good word from the living word, Jesus Christ himself, who has you in his sights. John 14:1-27, Jesus says, "Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you, so let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid." Did you catch it? Jesus isn't commanding us to just stop being anxious and work it out on our own. No. When he offers a loving command, he provides the divine means for us to accomplish it. In this passage, it appears that the antidote to anxious worry is peace. But not just any kind of peace, not the inadequate peace that comes from this world, but that which comes from his world. Or better, it's the peace that comes from him. This brand of peace is not affected by earthly cares and affairs. It comes from the one who is the Prince of Peace. I believe this is what we all want and need, and it's certainly what he longs for us to possess. If peace of mind and heart is the goal, then our task is to identify the ways that God has provided for us to escape the gravity of anxiety and live not just with a new attitude, but at a new altitude. And that's what we'll soar into our next sessions together. I hope you'll join me. Between now and then, may your heart be comforted by the peace of God in Jesus Christ.